we've been working over the last couple of years with several partners represented here at the show, and we've made some progress. We launched a new satellite just a few months ago, SES-6. It's now in service, and part of what it does is give a mobility platform over the North Atlantic. And we're happy to see that that it's been accepted, and we're having customers lighting up that satellite right now.
They are indeed, and those customers include Panasonic Avionics, of course, and who else was on the lineup this week?
We have GoGo and working with Hughes and their partner Road 44.
Road 44, so you've got pretty much the three main Ku-band service providers out there, right?
Yes, we do.
That's got to be a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. It's a great beginning in the Atlantic. Yes.
So obviously the North Atlantic, very high trafficked area, and where a lot of capacity is going to be required now and in the future. And as we've seen from announcements even just this week, passengers are pretty much becoming insatiable, and they want more and more and more.
Yep.
How do you keep up with this level of demand, and how do you keep your partners satisfied?
Well, we're talking to our customers, and Steve can tell you more about the details of how we do that.
Yeah, and I think, in general, as our partners look to expand throughout the world, a lot of them have focused on the higher traffic routes initially, certainly in North America, in Europe, and the North Atlantic. But we're going to see them expand throughout the world, and you've seen some announcements by many in the industry along those lines. What we want to do is make sure we have capacity available today for our customers and those that want to be in this business, as well as plan for the future and where they think their capacity demands will grow. I think we've just seen the tip of the iceberg from a consumer consumption point of view. I know when I'm on the airplane, if I have Wi-Fi, it just changes the entire experience. You get a lot more done. You're going to see a lot more as people become aware of it and accept it. It's available on more aircraft. So I think we see the tip of the iceberg. The demand is going to increase significantly, and those of us in the satellite industry, our job now is to get high capacity capabilities situated in the key areas, whether it's over the Atlantic Ocean, perhaps the Pacific Ocean, the Asia region, and others.
It's interesting that you say that. I think a recent study said that there would be a percentage of people on board aircraft that would be willing to forego going to the bathroom if they could have in-flight Wi-Fi, which is amazing. Which begs the question of whether or not people are going to be wearing diapers on flights down the road.
I haven't heard of that offering yet.
Yeah, that's outside of our expertise.
So you guys seem pretty well positioned. I was at a conference last week, and a Wall Street Journal reporter stood up and wanted to know what would ultimately be the solutions that would win out. And he asked about KA obviously versus KU, which has been a big question for quite a few years. It seems like KU obviously has a bit of a leg up in terms of you've already gotten out quite a number of installs in the KU space, and you guys are supporting. Where do you think things are going to shift out, and do you see yourselves playing across the board?
Yeah, I think it's really not about the frequency, so to speak. There's advantages to each, whether it's KU or KA band. One of the advantages to KA band is that there's less satellites in orbit today, and so there's less of an interference environment, and because of that you can get, in some cases, in some regions, higher performance. Now that will change, of course, as more KA band systems get deployed and the satellite arc becomes more congested with KA band satellites. KU has the opportunity to provide backward compatibility into legacy systems until you get a global KA approach. Now us at SES, we're frequency agnostic. We operate KA band systems, we operate KU band systems. What we do is what our customers ask, and when our customers ask us to look at KU band and provide a solution for that, that's what we deploy. If it's KA band, we will do that as well. So as I said, there's pros and cons of each. They both, I think, have equal merit. I believe they're both going to be in existence as we see this market unfold. So I don't see it as much as one versus the other. To us, it's just another frequency band. It provides service just like the other. And we'll see our customers probably accept both of them in different locations depending on what's available.
And KU band is because it's been in service for a couple of decades. There's a worldwide availability of KU band, so it's provided the platform for what we've been seeing over the last couple of years. And it can continue and it can scale up but KA is also going to be a part of this.
Well, not so long ago, of course, Intelsat had a failed launch of its I-27 satellite, and a number of the providers, including your partners, Panasonic and Gogo, had relied on that to provide them some additional capacity over the North Atlantic. And when I asked them, well, how are you going to cope? They said, oh, well, we'd like to remind you that we actually have a partnership in place with SES, and that this is Gogo specific.
Right.
So it seems like you guys are kind of well placed. I know you never wish proton launch failures or anything on anybody else, because it can happen to anybody. But did that give a little bit of an additional boost to your situation, or were you kind of in line to do what you're doing now and fully expected this business irrespective of whether or not that satellite launched?
Well, we've been talking to our customers about the North Atlantic for quite some time. As you know, the demand there is just incredible. They need capacity, and whether or not it would have been Intelsat and us, or just Intelsat or us, it's hard to tell right now because it really depends on where the market goes. But as you say, we certainly don't like to see any sort of failure in a launch. Well, it impacts everything. It impacts the launch manifest. It slows down our revenue opportunities, and so we never wish that on anybody. We were just happy that we could serve our customers whenever they found the need for that. And I know if the shoe was on the other foot, we would feel the same as Intelsat does about it. So. And
this is kind of a question that was posed to Inmarsat on a panel the other day at the APEX Expo, whereby they were asked, do you have redundancy? You're going to launch 3 satellites. What happens, if you need a 4th? If something, God forbid, happens. What are the contingencies that you guys do put in place for these type of possibilities?
Well, and that's going back to the pros and cons of each of them, and that's one of the pros of Ku-band today, is that you do have other capacity that you can move into place, and there is that compatibility. But of course, that's going to change over time as more Ku-band systems get deployed, and this is how it is in every industry. I remember when the DBS industry started, it was all single string failure. There's one satellite went out, you lost the whole business. Satellite radio, the same thing. So as the market matures and more capability gets out there, you get more and more redundancy, and it becomes more robust. And you need to, because your market's getting larger, there's more revenue at stake, and you need to do that. So I think we'll see it over time that Ka-band will have the redundancy, but as any new technology, it takes a while before you can make those investments to get it there. Yes.
One of the strengths of being a big company is we have 53 satellites, and at times there's things we can move in to take advantage of situations or to solve problems.
Right. Well, fantastic, guys. Good luck, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks for having us.